Good evening, family, friends, staff, and of course, fellow graduates. Well, tonight's the night, the end of a part of our story. It's hard to believe how fast the time went, considering the amount of school days that seemed to drag on forever. The task of speaking on behalf of my graduating class and to speak to all the things we've accomplished is a difficult one. How can I begin to sum up the memories of the past 4 years together? I suppose I can mention grade 9 orientation, which was scary and a little embarrassing, especially when we all had streaks of Oreo cookies running down our face, which was a great first impression considering that was the first time we had ever come together as a class. Or our first high school dance. Come on, how scary was that? The grade 12ers were so intimidating. Or what about in grade 10, when we managed to break a cafeteria table dancing to Party Rock for the pink glove dance? But that's okay, because we raised tons of money and everyone shared plenty of laughs. Of course, who could forget the legendary moment when Miss Moore's grade 11 chemistry class bet the odds and won out over Coffin's grade 12 English in the tug-of-war last year. I feel pretty honored to be counted among one of the victors of the 12 Days of Christmas, along with the rest of the 2012 chemistry class. And of course, grade 12, where we earned ourselves a Much Music dance party, a trip to Ontario for some of us, and we were brought together as a grad class with the Grand March, chem-free activities, and paintballing. I think a lot of us are still bruised. Though these are all only snapshots of our time together, I think they are pretty important and that the past 4 years revolved around moments like those. Memories like that are a huge part of what makes up our Maryland pride. We, as a class and as a school, have worked hard to instill that pride in everything we do. Our class has put together a number of activities for the school and community, like the 30-hour famine and Relay for Life, thanks to the Global Issues class, and the first annual Maryland Fun Run, thanks to the Leadership class. These events were great to take our learning outside the classroom, and we had tons of fun with them, like Marylands usually do. For a lot of us graduates, playing volleyball, soccer, basketball, badminton, or golf was an important part of the past 4 years of our lives. Our sports teams were usually pretty successful, and even if they weren't, their heads were held high and they were always in good spirits. Of course, I can't stand and speak on behalf of the grad class without saying a few words of long overdue thank yous. I want to thank each and every one of the staff members here at Morale for feeding us, taking care of us, and teaching us. Thank you so much for dealing with us every day. You're all a huge part of what makes Morale High so special. I want to give a special thanks to the teachers that taught me through my grade 12 year because it was such a crucial year and I obviously couldn't have gotten through it without you. Mrs. Compton, you made math class a joy in the morning. When us students were dragging our feet to first period math, you always greeted us with a bright smile and a laugh. We're going to miss seeing which math shirt you decide to wear on Dress Down Fridays, because they were pretty awesome. Mr. Coffin, you helped us speak with conviction and taught us all about academic grit and attempted to lessen our use of like and Miss McGee, your dry sense of humor was much appreciated, and you always had a kind smile on your face, though a few of your tests weren't so kind. But you helped prepare us for next year, and we're very grateful for it. Miss Simmons-Shaw, you helped us show us what it means to be a leader, and you taught us peer helpers valuable skills that we will continue to use throughout our academic career and beyond. Mrs. McLean, we were so fortunate to have you as a band teacher this year. Band was a class that I look forward to every day, and giving back my flute was a really hard thing to do. You made the stage a place where each one of us belonged, and even though we've only had you for a couple of years, it feels like you were part of the band family from the very beginning. I'd also like to thank every parent, guardian, aunt, uncle, and grandparent that supported us graduates through our 12 years of schooling. We appreciate everything you've done for us. Your love and support has helped shape us into the young adults you see today. To my own mom and dad, thank you so much for everything. I can't even begin to list or explain all that you've done for me and Michael, so I'll just say this. We're grateful, and we're going to make you proud. Most importantly, I'd like to thank my fellow graduate. You guys, I'm proud of us. I mean, look at us. Look at how much potential we have. We've got writers and singers, record breakers and athletes, musicians and mathematicians. But right now, in this moment, we're not any of those things. Right now, we're just a bunch of kids who can finally breathe that sigh of relief. We made it. We made it through exams, the occasional fight, we even made it through those chemistry tests, and we made it together. So thank you, all of you, for being here to share this tonight. I couldn't have asked for a better graduating class. Today really is a critical day in our lives. From here on out, the decisions we make will affect where we go in life and how we get there. But that doesn't mean that now is the time for seriousness and logic. In fact, it means the opposite. Now is the time to be silly, to laugh too loudly, to smile at everything, to stay up late, to spend time with old friends, tell someone off if you want to. You should do what you want to do, because even though time is limited, it is not the boss of you. Alton Pope once said, "When you're a kid, they tell you it's all grow up, get a job, get married, get a house, have a kid, and that's it." But the truth is, the world is so much stranger than that. It's so much darker, it's so much madder, and so much better. Here's hoping that that madness prevails, and that we graduates find that logic is great, but sometimes craziness is better. So if your story is being told, whether it's Marcus's story, Bailey's story, or Eli's story, or whomever, you might as well make it a good one. You might as well make it a crazy one. Well, we've worked hard, made plenty of memories, and now it's time to move on and try something a little different. I wish you all luck with your future adventures. Congratulations, my fellow graduates of 2014.